Health Siren presents How to Stay Healthy and Free from Disease. Anand Bapat, an authority in traditional acupuncture, occupational therapy, and a leader in Shivangu, Surya Namaskar knowledge, has gained expertise in the study of exercise, its effects on body, and recovery from disease towards normal health. He is today the founder of a concept of how to stay healthy and free from disease. He has a website addressing this philosophy titled www.freefromdisease.in. Today, he will be presenting the part of series of talk on health, healthy living, and how to manage the body towards that end. This talk is about our body, immunity, its benefits, and understanding our bodies better.
Today we are going to look at the whole system from mouth to anus. And for that we have termed it the food system. So again, we are going to repeat understanding a production line, complete digestive system, how the food system works precisely, and how we sabotage it and then suffer the consequences. So let us look at the production line again, this time till the end. So we talked about sorting, washing, cleaning, peeling, slicing the apples as the role of the mouth and chewing and all that. Then we talked about curing, that is cooking, steam, etc., packing, preservative, sealing, as the role of the stomach, duodenum, and the small intestine, where we absorb all the stuff out of the small intestine. The last part, labeling, packing, boxing, taping, and delivery to truck. So it's exiting the production line, exiting the factory. We will refer to that as the role of the large intestine, just to bring an analogy. So let us see how we go. Again, the production line at home, cooking a dish, puran pori. Now we have got to the stage where we have put it on the fry pan, we have cooked it and it's ready and it's going to be eaten away by people. Or we are at the marriage party where the invitations have gone, people have got their attire, their flowers, their decorations, menu, everything has been set, and now is the finale where the marriage couple, the families, the friends get together and they have a ball. And then they leave the party. So let us see what happens in terms of what we have learned so far. Okay, the take-home message from digestion, the previous session, was chew at least 40 times per mouthful. Swallowing should be natural, not shoveled into your throat. Proper digestion in the stomach. Do not dilute stomach acid with water before or during meals. Drink water about 30 to 60 minutes after meals. Fasting for rest to the stomach and the whole gut. Now I know I've repeated that 2-3 times, but the reason for repeating is it is imperatively very, very important for you to understand that every one of these steps as part of the production line has to be followed systematically to get the best out of your food from your own digestive system. Your digestive system is trying to extract all the nutrients, and your job is to help it do that properly. So, when we look at the food system, the chewing part, if you do it properly, only then you can send it down to the next stage. Swallowing naturally, not shoveling it down your throat, means that chewing is complete. Stomach digestion, biliary digestion, small intestine absorption, all happens at a steady rate. If you're good with your acid strength, alkali strength, then that is going to be better quality. From small intestine, where we absorb all the good nutrients we need and separate it into waste matter, the waste matter goes to the large intestine, where the large intestine further absorbs any other nutrients that may be available from the body, especially water, from that element of waste matter of the food. And then it goes on to the rectum and the anus for anal discharge. So, what happens in the digestive system chemically? We talked about mild acid or alkali in the mouth. We talked about mild acid in the upper stomach. I'm going fast because I'm repeating this from last time. Strong acid in the stomach. Then there is mild alkali wash in the duodenum. You go to the small intestine and there's a mild to moderate acid wash which helps extract all the nutrients into the small intestine. The waste matter that is sent to the large intestine also provides a mild to moderate acid wash to extract any more food items that might have been left behind, remnants of it, and definitely absorb a lot of water to be retained in the body. Now you will see that this whole series is very identical to the production line, where the series is of a step-by-step process and none can be short-circuited in a production line. Unfortunately, in the human nature, we tend to short-circuit a lot of things by not chewing properly, by eating more often, by eating wrong foods, etc. It is incredible that the human body adapts to our bad habits, but at a cost. It processes the bad ingredients, spoiled food, improper nutrition, etc. But there's a price to pay. And the glaring thing to note, again and again repeatedly, that I keep mentioning, there is no teeth in the stomach and intestines. So the teeth given in the mouth are meant for mastication and making into a paste. The finer the paste you make, the better your quality of digestion, the better your extraction of nutrients from the same morsel of food. And remember, there are no teeth further down in the stomach and intestines. Just to add a flow chart, I'll go through quickly the first half. In the mouth, there is a wash, crushed food, powdered, masticated, made into a paste, sent to the stomach, acid wash, further down into the stomach, strong acid wash, goes to the duodenum where it's a mild alkali wash. Then it goes to a small intestine where there is an acid wash, separation into useful matter collected which is absorbed into the blood, and then waste matter which is sent on further to the large intestine. The large intestine, recovery of some useful elements from the waste matter, and then it further sends it down to the rectum where it stays stored, awaiting disposal from the anus as stools. This is the complete chain, and we need to follow that chain systematically by not breaking and mucking it up. We are known to sabotage our gut from time to time. How do we do that? We have understood digestion, we have understood the whole food system, we have understood that we need to look after it properly for optimum benefit to get the best nutrition out of your food. Now, we all know that we sabotage our gut. So how do we do that? I've put down a few pointers. You may have more, but these are the essential ones I believe which you need to watch out for. Eating junk food for starters, which has very little nutritive value. Of course, not chewing properly. If you're gulping down anything, the whole food item that you have gulped down is not going to be interactive in terms of chemical reaction. There will be only limited action on the periphery of the food item. Gulping food quickly, which basically means you're not completing the oral digestion phase. Drinking water before and during meals, which means you're diluting the acid, and dilute acid means diluted reaction of digestion of your food. Frequent meals, we tend to go to socials, parties, friends, odd hours, in between meals, and we snack and we eat and we keep eating and we keep eating at odd hours, at infrequent times, and more number of times a day. Overeating has become a hobby these days over the last maybe 30-40 years. What we need to realize is a full stomach is also considered overeating. Remember, I said you should eat 2/3 of your capacity because the stomach has an ability to tell you that it's full only about half an hour later. So if you eat a full stomach, generally half an hour later you feel you shouldn't have eaten that much. Another thing that we pay no heed to is body reactions. We may have burps, we may have no appetite, we might have gases, we might not feel like eating, but just the temptation of food or temptation of a party pushes us into a corner and we sort of go out and have a few more of food or drink, whatever it may be. So since we sabotage our body in different ways, the gut especially, how do we suffer the consequences of those things? And I've just listed some of them. We may suffer from poor appetite. We may have bloating and frequent hunger because we eat junk food. So we get hungry more often because we are not getting the nutrition we need. There can be nutritional deficiencies. You may have constipation or stomach upsets. Your quality of digestion may be quite poor, which means you can't extract the nutrients as well as you should be. And some of these things can lead to long-term lifestyle diseases like being overweight, diabetes, arthritis, etc. So what is the take-home message that we can give you in the whole food system scenario? From looking at the mouth digestion, the digestion in the stomach, and the food system as a whole. So we'll take it from the top. Chew and swallow correctly. Await good appetite before meals. Sometimes it makes good sense not to sit down for a meal if you don't have a good appetite. Eat only 2 or 3 times per day. Respect pain, discomfort, and take appropriate action. I'm referring to pain in the gut, discomfort in the bowels, etc. Focus on nutrition-based appetite fulfillment. What do I mean by that? Some people complain that if they have chewed properly 40 times on food, they get so tired that their appetite is lost. It is not that. It is basically because they have extracted all the nutrition they can get from that food item, that they feel satiated very quickly. And because that fact is unknown to you, you tend to feel, how can I be full and not have an appetite for any more food? Normally I eat 2 pizzas, but now in half a pizza I'm full. A golden rule: eat only 2/3 of your appetite. Some more take-home messages. Ensure your stools are soft or firm at least once a day. Hard stools means problems for the future. Stool should not have undigested food passing through the gut. That is a clear sign that your digestive system is definitely not working well. You must have clear urine at least once a day. So what are the tips for health? Some simple tips. Important to be hungry when you eat, which means you should have a good appetite. Eat only 2/3 of your appetite. Do not shower or have a heavy workout after meals. Do not resist the urge to move your bowels. Now this was very interesting. I remember watching colleagues and staff at work in a foreign hospital where I was working. And somebody insisted they had to rush to the toilet because they had to get their movements organized. So this lady goes off to the toilet, comes back within 2 minutes, and when friends ask her what's going on, what happened, she said, "Oh, those toilets are so dirty, I couldn't do that. I'll wait till I go home." And this was at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So she was going to wait till she got home at 5:36, and she had suppressed her bowel movement. This is a fairly common feature among most of us, and doing this consistently over time tends to create its own set of problems. So please beware. Have at least 4 to 6 hours between meals. Move bowels at least once a day. Stool should be soft or firm. Urine should be clear at least once a day. Further tips for health. Hard stools are suggestive of future problems coming on. Drink at least 2 to 3 liters of fluid per day. 2 to 3 liters of fluid per day. Maybe you will need more when you sweat more. Have gaps between meals. Ideal 2 to 3 meals per day only. Do not snack in between. Junk food to be avoided. Ideally avoid TV meals. Spend some time to taste and enjoy your meals. Back to our standard feature at the end of the video, health benefit time, knowing, doing and being. So now we have talked about the whole gut. We have talked about knowing and understanding how to eat, how to digest the food better, tips to do better, warnings to look out for, how the bowel should move, and the whole system from mouth to anus. We have talked about doing a few things like chewing properly, not eating a full stomach, eating only 2/3 your appetite, eating when you're hungry only, not drinking water with your meals, drinking at least 2 to 3 liters of water a day, having clear urine at least once a day, good bowel movements every day. So now you need to start practicing this over the next 6 to 8 weeks to start doing some of these things and getting the benefit of doing these in your health. When you have done it for 3 months consistently, you can move from doing to being. And once that has become a part of you and a habit, then being starts changing your health around and you start moving closer to becoming freer from disease. To finish off, my name is Anand Bapat. I'm an acupuncturist naturopath practicing in Pune from Bharatiya Acupuncture Bhavan. I offer Surya Namaskar courses under the Scientific Surya Namaskar Academy banner. It takes us 8 hours to teach Surya Namaskar and we offer up to 70 plus levels of difficulty in Surya Namaskar. We are attempting to create scientific naturopathy, linking science to naturopathy. I'm a reasonable expert in the world of Shivambu and I would like to propagate that as a health tool. We offer a free internet clinic for health for people who can contact me on email and I generally try to help out. The current video series that we are offering, Freedom from Disease, is part of the talk that I give, which is a 4-hour talk on a face-to-face to corporates and public groups in Pune. This talk goes for 4 hours, so this compilation of video is a breakdown of that 4-hour talk to help you across the globe to benefit from this bit of knowledge. Thank you very much and have a great day. See you next week. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Anand Bapat, for your valuable information on health. This series is a 15 to 22 part series on developing oneself into a healthy person. This series will educate, guide, and provide support through our online educational and support services to enhance your health. All queries are welcome on the following email.
Download app Health Siren for all health solutions at your doorstep.